back then it was, I'm older than the internet, as I guess you are too.
Yes, sir.
So there was no YouTube. I mean, you had to go to people's shops to learn how to do something. And so I was that kid asking all the gray-haired guys how they were doing stuff. And it was a very sharing community. The knife community is amazing. And I kind of set a goal to become the youngest master bladesmith in the world. And so at 15 years old, I tested for and became the youngest journeyman knife maker in the world. And then at 19, the youngest master bladesmith.
Explain that to me real quick. I'm not even familiar with that. So as a master bladesmith, what does that mean? Yeah,
and that plays a little bit into what we're doing today when people are like kind of the why behind the brand. You have to be an apprentice for a couple years, and then you have to make a knife, a performance blade, right? Because you can make the prettiest knife in the world, but it's a tool first and foremost, right? So you have to make a blade that has to chop a 1-inch rope in half in one chop. That just shows sharpness. And then that same blade, without sharpening, you have to chop 2 2x4s in half, as many chops as you want, without resharpening. And at the end, it still has to shave hair off of your arm. And then you have to bend that blade 90 degrees in a vise without breaking it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay.
Yeah. So what that shows is that you have control over the metallurgy, the heat treat of your blade. It can't be too hard. It can't be too soft. And I don't care if you're a hunter. I don't care if you're an Army Ranger, what you are. That blade, you need to have a blade that is a combination of wear resistance and toughness. Because you can have a blade that'll hold an edge forever, but it's a brittle ass piece of glass, right? Or I can make something really, really tough that you're never going to break, but it won't hold an edge for shit. And so I did that performance test when I was 14, and then I just turned 15, and you have to present 5 knives to a panel of mastersmith judges at the Atlanta Blade Show, and they judge fit and finish. And that's more based on like, how well did you construct a knife? Does it have big gaps in it, and is it crooked, and a bunch of that stuff? So I passed that as a journeyman when I was 15, and then I did the master bladesmith test at 19, and it's really the same test, but it's with a Damascus steel blade. So you have to forge a 300-layer Damascus blade that still has to be able to chop and bend and do all that. And then the 5 knives you present to that mastersmith panel, they're much more critical on you, right? That's like the highest level. If you have anything wrong, they're going to flunk you. And at that time I passed, there was like 85 in the world. Now there's probably 140 in the world.